Good morning and welcome to Money Wisdom, sponsored by Johnson Brunetti. I'm Natasha Lubchenko. Here with tips on managing our money is Eric Hogarth, certified financial planner and Johnson Brunetti partner. Eric, thanks so much for joining us.
Of course. Great to see you, Natasha.
All right, so today's topic is inflation. Very timely. Let's get a better understanding of this and its impact. First, can you just explain to us what inflation is?
Everything's going to cost more money, right? You think about like when my parents bought their first house in the early 80s. What did that house cost? Oh my goodness, you could buy a house for that, or a car or a gallon of milk. Everything's going to cost more money. So when inflation goes up, those price increases go up faster. So then you look at, was my money keeping up with this, or am I going to be in trouble? Am I going to be able to afford everything I can afford now in a year? That's inflation.
Okay, and now what about consumer price index? What do we need to know here?
That's how they are looking to measure inflation. Is well, how much are these things actually going up? It feels like every year, well, it feels like taxes go up every year, but is the cost of goods going up every year? And a lot of times it's food. Is people, what they're looking at is milk, a loaf of bread. How much more does that same item cost a year from now than it costs today? So inflation can be high. You know, if you look around the world, some countries it's real high, and we've had for a while pretty low. It's not low anymore.
All right, so both important things to know. Now, our third point here, high inflation hurts the economy, but deflation isn't good either.
So if you look at our economy, it's based a lot on Americans spending money. And when you look at things and we feel like, well, everything is going to cost more money, like look at the housing market right now. People are like, I should have bought a house 2 years ago, would have been cheaper. You'll get people that are kind of stockpiling goods now. Like, well, if I'm concerned that paper towels are going to cost more money next year, I should probably buy 1,000 rolls. It's not a recommendation, but that's not necessarily good for the economy because the economy is reliant on people continuing to spend money. So if they spend it all now and just stockpile stuff and stop spending money, that's not really good. But you also need things going up in value because it helps manufacturing.
Okay, complicated, but thank you for touching on that. And now this final one, Eric, retirees need to plan for inflation. How can we do this?
More straightforward. You need to grow your money. It needs to be growing. We all need 3 buckets of money. Bucket number 1, how much do we need to keep the lights on and live life today? Bucket number 2, we need additional money for emergencies. And bucket number 3, something needs to be growing because I hope you live for 30, maybe longer years in retirement, but everything is going to cost more money and your lifestyle will be different. But the same stuff you buy today, it's going to cost a lot more. And you need a plan to keep up with that.
Sure. And actually one more here, Eric, I want to touch on. It's important to know that inflation can diminish a retiree's buying power, correct?
Of course. You have to look at, you know, what the rest of your life is going to look like. And we talk about this a lot. That's about having a plan specific to you. It doesn't matter what anyone else is doing, but are you going to be okay? Because that's how we all want to feel. So that's what that's about.
All right. And if our viewers want to learn even more about this topic that's so prevalent today, how can we do that?
So it's a book. You can get it at moneywisdomtv.com. It's absolutely free, like everything we do. It's called Inflation and Your Retirement, because we hear inflation like every day now. People, you know, at the core, well, does it matter to me? How would it impact me? Am I going to be okay? And that's what this talks about. So again, it's Inflation and Your Retirement, and you can get it at moneywisdomtv.com and read it. It's a quick read, but I think very helpful.
All right. Important to prepare, important to be informed. Eric Hogarth from Johnson Brunetti. As always, thank you for that great offer. All right, and again, if you would like to learn more, you can go to moneywisdomtv.com. For CT Style, I'm Natasha Lubchenko. We'll see you next time.